Okay, welcome to IT project course. In this lectures, we're going to cover the project monitoring and evaluation. This is our Unit 3 lectures on IT project course. So our main objective is to discuss the structure of project monitoring information system, also the project control process, also monitoring time performance, development of an end value cost by schedule system. So again, the processes in the monitoring and controlling process group concentrate on monitoring and also measuring the project performance in order to identify the variances from the project plan and to get on track or get back on track. So the monitor and control project work process is concerned with monitoring all the process in the initiating, planning, executing, and control process groups. So it's very important in project monitoring and controlling process to collect data. So mostly data collection, measuring the results, and reporting on performance information are some of the activities we are going to perform during this process. And according to the PMBOK, that is the Project Management Book of Knowledge Guide, the monitor and control project work process involve reporting and comparing actual project results against the project management plan. So these tasks will be involving, again, collecting data, analyze the data, and do a comparison studies, compare the data, the project objective or management plan with the actual project results. We're also going to analyze performance data and determine whether collective or preventive action should be recorded. Also, we are going to monitor the project for risk. So that's the whole concept of project monitoring and controlling, is to monitor again the project for risk to make certain that they are identified and reported. And also their status is documented and the appropriate risk response plans have been put into action. So I would say this is the main goal of this topic, monitoring and controlling project process. We need to, again, monitor the risk or the possible factors that can lead to the failure of the project. Also, we need to document all the appropriate project information throughout the life of the project. Example, gathering, recording, documenting project information that provide project status, measurement of progress, and also focusing to update the costs and schedule information that is reported to stakeholders, project team members, management, and others. So again, creating a project monitoring system will be involving then what data we collect, how, when, and who will collect the data. Also, as we said earlier, how to analyze the data. So again, this phase involving data collection, preparation of the data, analyze the data, and interpret the result. Now, how to report current progress to management. So here we say the information system structure. First, what data we need to collect or what data are collected. The current status of project, for example, the schedule and the cost, very important. Also, the remaining costs to complete the project. Date that the project will be complete. Also, potential problems to be addressed. Example, if any risk factors or any attributes are identified that can have a negative effect on the project. Also, out of control activities requiring intervention. Costs and or schedule overruns and reasons for them. Focus of overruns at time of project completion. So again, these are some of the few data that we can collect. Now, collecting data and analyzing, here we say who will collect the project data and how will the data be collected, when will the data be collected, and who will compile and also analyze the data. So this process again will be involving data analysis skills. Also, who will receive the reports? How will the reports be transmitted? And when will the reports be distributed? In the phase of control, here we say control is the process of comparing actual performance against plan to identify deviations or variances. So we need to, again, compare the actual performance of the project and also the project management plan, the objective. You can see if there's any variance or deviations or if they are the same. So we need to evaluate the causes of action and take appropriate corrective action if necessary. The project control steps, first thing we need to do is set up a baseline plan. Also, we need to measure the progress and performance. And we also need to compare the planning against the actual. And actually, this is the main reason of monitoring and also controlling project. Then possible we take any action. Also, we need to use tools. So tools to track and a baseline Gantt charts or control charts. We may go detail about what is a Gantt chart when we cover the work breakdown structure. So that's the first thing, define the work using a work breakdown structure. So a work breakdown structure normally consists of all the activities or all the work that we have to do, which has been broken down into lesser, smaller activities with their period of time. So with the work breakdown structure, we may have the scope, the work packages, when it's going to be derivable, or what will be the output, organization units, the resources we need, and also the budgets. The next step is to develop work and also resource schedules. So we need to schedule the resources to activities, and also we may have the time phase work packages into a network. And we also have the concept of a network diagram, kind of same as a Gantt diagram. We may go more detail on this. So also develop a time phase budget using the work packages, including in an activity accumulated budgets, PV. Also, at the work package level, we should collect the actual cost for the work performance, then multiply the percent complete times the original budget. And we can also compute the schedule variances, which will be the EV minus PV, because it will be the difference of the original budget, which is the EV, and accumulated budget. So the development of the project baseline, here first we say the purpose of a baseline is an anchor point for measuring the performance. So a plan, cost, and expected schedule against which actual costs and schedule are measured. And also the basis for cash flows and also awarding progress payments. And also the summation of time phase budget, which is the cost account as sum the work packages along a project timeline. So what costs are included in the baseline? It can be a labor cost, the equipment cost, materials, project direct overhead costs, etc. Then the rules for placing the cost in the baseline, here we say the costs are placed exactly as they are expected to be in order to track them to their point of origin. So we can use the percent complete rule. For example, here we say costs are periodically assigned to a baseline as unit of work are completed over the duration of work package. One thing also we need to know is to monitor and also control the project work inputs. So this will be the inputs of the process, which include the project management plan, performance reports, enterprise environmental factors, organizational process access. And enterprise environmental factors of a process can include such as standards or work authorization system, the risk tolerance of our stakeholders, and also the project management information system. So what are the method of a variance analysis? How do we analyze the variance? Again, here we should understand the variance is two things. We compare the actual project performance with the project management plan. Now, if the variance is 0, that means we achieve our goal. Sometimes over budget or to be under budget, or time will be lesser or time will be more than what we plan. So here we need to compare the end value with the expected schedule value with the actual cost. And as we mentioned earlier, in project management, there's 3 major elements that we are always concerned about is the cost and time, and also the scope of the project. Also assessing the status of a project, this will require a data element, for example, data budgeted cost of the work schedule, and also budgeted cost of the work completed, and now the actual cost of the work completed. So we can calculate the schedule and the cost variances. Again, using a formula, in this case, the positive variance will indicate the desirable condition. That's what we want. While the negative variance will suggest problems or changes that have taken place. Now, if the budgeted or the planned cost is lesser than the actual cost, then we have a negative. But if actual cost is less than what we plan, then we have positive. So the next is developing a status report. This example here and the assumptions we are making here is that each cost account has only one work package, and each cost account will be represented as an activity on the network, each cost account. So a project network earlier start times will serve as the basis for assigning the baseline values. And now from the moment work and activity begins, some of the actual costs will be incurred each period until the activity again is completed. Now, these are the indices to monitor the progress. The performance indices, first is the customer performance index, which is CPI. This will measure the cost efficiency of work accomplished to date. And normally it will be the EV divided by AC. Again, EV is the budgeted cost of the work completed. And then next we have the AC will be the actual. And then we have the scheduling performance index, which measure the scheduling efficiency. So the budgeted cost of the work completed divided by data budgeted cost of the work scheduled. And we have the percent complete indices, which indicate how much of the work accomplished represent of the total budget. This stands for BAC, and actual budget, or the actual dollars, AC. So the PCIB is equal to EV by BAC. Again, the EV is the budgeted cost of the work completed, and BAC will present the total budgeted cost. Then we also can find the PCIC. We stand for, again, the percent complete index cost, which will be AC by EAC also. We can also have the additional end value rules, and these rules apply to a short duration activities and or small cost activities. So 0 by 100% rule, here we are assuming 100% of budget credit is earned at once and only when the work is completed. Now with the 50-50 rule means we allow for 50% of the value of the work package budget to be earned when it started, then the 50% to be earned when the package is completed. So this again, end value rules. We also have the percent complete with weighted monitoring gates. This uses again subjective estimated percent. Now, method used to revise estimate of the future project costs. That's forecasting the final project costs. First, we can allow experts in the field to change the original baseline duration and cost because new information tells them the original estimates are not accurate. Secondly, also, we can use this actual cost to date plus an efficiency index to project the final cost in large projects when the original budget is unavailable. So that will be the conclusion of our lecture. So in this lectures again, our main goal is we focus on project monitoring and evaluation. And I think the main thing here we should more concern about is the risk. We need to monitor project risk, the factors. And also every project we may have a plan, objective, the cost budgeted. In the process of monitoring, the whole goal is that we are comparing the budgeted item list with the actual cost when the project is being completed and see the comparison. So again, wish everybody the best. And again, this is Unit 3 lectures and see you in class.